Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Before we start, can everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Excuse my back, please. I'll be talking to you from this angle for most of the evening. My name is Steve Schetzline, and I represent the Murphy Senior Center. I will give you the rules for tonight's supervisoral debate. This debate is sponsored by the Citizens for Better Calaveras, the Resource Connection, and the Calaveras Child Care Council. First, let me introduce our supervisoral candidates. Mr. Gary Tofinelli from District 1. Mr. Cliff Edson from District 1. Mr. Bryce Randall from District 2. Mr. Chris Wright from District 2. Mr. Tom Tryon from District 4. And Miss Debbie Ponte from District 4. The panel in front of me are representatives from as I said, the Child Care Council, the Resource Connection, and the groups that are involved in the Citizens for Better Calaveras. Mary Jane Ginocchio from the Calaveras Arts Council. Karen Elliott from the Calaveras Humane Society. Scott Ratterman, Calaveras County Parks and Recreation Commission. Lori Giannini representing the Fair, 4-H, FFA, and Grange. Did I leave anything out? Jeannie Hayward from the Resource Connection. Pat McGreevy for the Citizens for a Better Calaveras. And lastly, Kelly Grace from the Calaveras Child Care Council.
One more.
I'm sorry. And Elaine Maxwell from the Friends of the Library. Sorry about that, Elaine. I focused in on all of Lori's titles because I was nervous. I didn't want to leave any out. I left out a whole person. Okay, let's get to the rules. Please, audience, no applause until the end of the forum. We've actually set this up so there will be ample time when this forum concludes to have some refreshments outside this chamber and to ask questions and begin the conversation. We are in a very tight time frame. Please keep the applause till the end of the forum and your comments till the end. No heckling or, of course, distracting sounds. Questions will come from this panel only. The time for the answers will vary between 1 minute 30 seconds, 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, according to the question. I'll alert you to how much time that you have for those questions. We'll also give you a heads up when there's 30 seconds left, and we'll also try to respectfully stop you if you go over. If you do go over, that time will be subtracted from the next question that's asked from your response. Candidates are asked to honor the time constraints. Candidates who exceed their answer period shall have their time deducted from the next answer, as I just stated. Candidates and panelists will make themselves available after the formal for informal discussions. The candidates are seated in alphabetical order by district. The first question will go to Mr. Edson, who will be followed in order by Mr. Tofinelli to Mr. Tryon. The second question will start with Mr. Tofinelli, and the third, Mr. Randall. So everybody will get an opportunity to answer first, and then we'll rotate through the questions. This is probably where I should ask you to turn off your cell phone ringers. And I'd like to thank Brandon, our videographer, this evening. And Brandon does promise no split screens tonight. So forget about the split screens. Okay, let's begin. Starting us off will be the Citizens for Better Calaveras Chair, Pat McGreevy.
The Citizens for Better Calaveras is a coalition of volunteer organizations that formed about 2 years ago, and today there are 9 members. There's the Calaveras County Fair, Calaveras County Arts Council, Calaveras Humane Society, Calaveras Visitors Bureau, Senior Centers of Calaveras, Friends of the Calaveras Library, Calaveras Park and Recreation Commission, and the Sheriff. These members have a proud history of service to our county, services that make our county a better place to live. With recent declines in county revenue and the corresponding reduction in public services, our members are challenged to maintain and expand their services to preserve our quality of life. Unfortunately, some of our members are at risk of dissolution without financial assistance. So the goal of the Citizens for Better Calaveras is to seek solutions to our common problems with a view towards making Calaveras a better place to live, a better place to visit, and to get the word out through our Visitors Bureau. This evening, the Citizens for Better Calaveras is joined by the Child Care Council, Kelly Grish to my left, and the Resource Connection to my right, 2 organizations that make major contributions to the quality of life. And together, we are sponsoring this candidates forum on the delivery of community services in our county. The goal of the forum is to offer the supervisorial candidates an opportunity to speak to our membership and to the county at large, and on their thoughts and plans related to community services for our growing population. On behalf of our members, let me acknowledge the courage that you candidates have demonstrated in running for public office. And at this moment, I would like to ask all of you candidates to please rise. Now, I ask the audience to welcome our candidates with a warm applause. Thank you. Back to you. You want more applause?
An encore? I thought you were going to tell us to sit.